producer's appeal when it comes to the Jananayagan case, calling the proceeding a blistering praise. The court basically said that the matter is already pending before the division bench and advised the parties to wait for that decision. The High Court may take up that appeal on Jan 28th. The Supreme Court also noted that the sixth order of the chairman of the board has not been challenged in the writ petition and cannot be addressed on this stage. Senior advocate Mughtal Rohtagi, representing the producer, basically argued that the issue related to industry practice and certification subjected to cuts. However, it was the Supreme Court which emphasized that the order before the division bench cannot be challenged separately in the Supreme Court. This marks a setback for producer and obviously for the actor Vijay as well, as the top court has held off on intervening until the division bench hears the case. What does this mean? What are the implications of the same? We'll be joined by Dharani and Harish for the same. Dharani, I'll come to you first. When it comes to the movie Jananayagan, extremely significant, obviously, because there are a lot of political implications also with the polls around the corner. Take us through what happened in the Supreme Court and obviously the political implication of the setback for actor-politician Vijay.
Well, the movie is originally scheduled to release on the 9th of January, but because of a delay in censor clearance, the movie has not been able to hit the screens until now. Earlier, a division bench of the Madras High Court consisting of Chief Justice M. Srivastava and Justice G. Arul Murugan, they stalled the censor clearance for the movie Jananayagan. And following that, the filmmakers, KVN Productions, they appealed against this order in the Supreme Court. And today, the Supreme Court has told that it doesn't want to interfere in the matter at this juncture. And the Supreme Court has in fact sent the case back to the Madras High Court, which means that on the 20th of January, again, the same division bench of Justice M. Srivastava and G. Arul Murugan, they will resume hearing this case. And of course, there has been a lot of political repercussions as far as the delay in release is concerned. We've been seeing how the Congress party, both in Tamil Nadu and at the centre, they've been extending support to Mr. Vijay and the crew of Jananayagan in this matter. A couple of days back, we saw a tweet from Rahul Gandhi telling that the CBFC's attempt to block Jananayagan is nothing but suppression of Tamil culture. And he told that the BJP's attempts through CBFC to suppress Tamil culture will never win. That was the statement that came in from the Congress party. So several Congress leaders in Tamil Nadu, they've been alleging that there is a political conspiracy behind the delay in censor clearance, and they've been telling that the CBFC is acting as a wing of the Union BJP government. And in fact, we also had a conversation with TVK's General Secretary Arun Raj earlier, a few days back, and he also shared a similar opinion. He told that the delay in censor clearance for Jananayagan is politically motivated. So now that the Supreme Court has sent the matter back to the Madras High Court, all eyes are now will be on the Madras High Court, the hearing that is going to take place on the 20th of January. So talking about the arguments that were made by the filmmakers both in front of the Supreme Court and in the Madras High Court earlier, the filmmakers, they've been telling that this is a high budget movie. They've invested more than 500 crores in this movie, and this movie was supposed to be a Pongal release for the fans of Mr. Vijay. During the Pongal festival, the fans of Mr. Vijay, they've been waiting to watch this movie and celebrate. But unfortunately, because of the delay in censor clearance, all these plans have gone for a toss, is what the filmmakers have been telling. And they've also been alleging that despite sending a communication to the crew that the movie is eligible for a U/A clearance, the censor board has taken a U-turn at the last minute, and they decided to send the movie to a review committee, which is not acceptable, because once a communication was sent to the film crew recommending a UA certificate, how can the censor board take a last-minute U-turn and send the movie to a review committee is the question that came in from the filmmakers in the courts. And on the other hand, the censor board is of a different opinion. They say that they have to follow a due procedure. When a complaint is raised by one of the members of the examining committee that they have a problem with certain scenes and dialogues in the movie, those complaints need to be examined. So it is only fair for the movie to go through a review committee, and whatever changes the review committee is suggesting, let the filmmakers implement those changes, and we'll give a censor clearance, is what they are telling. So the war of words between both the factions continue, and now that the Supreme Court has refused to entertain the appeal by KVN Productions, the matter will now come back to the Madras High Court, and the hearing will happen on the 20th of January. It remains to be seen what the Madras High Court is going to decide on the fate of the movie.
Well, absolutely. Now, the matter is going to come back to the Madras High Court. Dharani, also take us through what happens next. Harini, if you could hear us, we were just talking about the supreme setback for the actor Vijay and obviously the filmmakers. Take us through what happens next.
Well, definitely this is a supreme setback for actor turned Neta Vijay, because Vijay is not just an actor at this point. He is the president of Tamilaka Vetri Kalagam. He is going to face his debut elections in 2026. So he is not just an actor, and the delay in the release of this movie is having a lot of political repercussions too. But let's talk about the legal procedures at this point. So now the case will be sent back to the Madras High Court, and a division bench of Justice M.M. Srivastava and G. Arun Murugan, they will resume hearing the matter on the 20th of January. They will be hearing the arguments from both sides, from the production house's side and from also the cbfc side. So we are expecting the Madras High Court to take a decision on this matter very soon, because I know this movie was, as I told, it was supposed to be Pongal release, but because of the delay in censor clearance, there has been a delay in the release of the movie itself. So in all likelihood, the Madras High Court will very soon take a decision on this matter. They are likely to pronounce their judgment very soon on this matter, but all depends on the arguments that are going to be made by both the factions before the Madras High Court on the 20th of January. So all eyes now will be on the 20th of January. Let's talk about the sequence of events now. So initially on the 18th of December 2025, that is when for the first time the filmmakers of Jananayagan, they submitted this movie for cbfc for examination. So following this, an examining committee consisting of 5 members from cbfc, they watched the movie and they sent an email communication to the filmmakers that this movie is eligible for a UA certificate. But soon after, subsequently, one of the members of the examining committee raised a complaint. He told that he has a problem with certain scenes and dialogues in the movie, and he wanted this movie to be sent to a review committee. Following this complaint, the cbfc decided to forward this movie to a review committee. This is when the filmmakers come into the picture, and they say that once an email communication is sent recommending UA certification, how can the cbfc take a U-turn, and how can the cbfc decide to send this movie to a review committee in the last minute is the question that is coming in from the filmmakers. So the matter went to the courts, to the Madras High Court. Initially, a single judge bench of the Madras High Court by Justice P.T. Asha gave a green signal for censor clearance, but soon after this green signal was given, within the next 15 minutes.
Thank you for joining us with all these details. Apologies, we've completely run out of time. We need to slip into a short commercial break. This is going to be one of our big focuses today. As of now, we are slipping into a short commercial